So for my podcast for this assignment, I chose to do the social media topic of Josh Giddey and everything that he's involved with the NBA, getting involved and like all that stuff. Because when you hop on social media now, that's really like all you see, especially Twitter. If you go to NBA Twitter, all you're seeing is Josh Giddey this, Josh Giddey that, especially Instagram too. So my personal opinion, what I think, I'm not too sure if it's real, if it's not real. And I'm not gonna let like dog Josh Giddey too much if it's real or not. Like it's not really my place to get involved with that. But I think if it turns out to be real, what they should do is kick him out of the league. If I'm being honest, because if you have somebody like Kai Jones, who's on the Hornets, who all he did was have a mental breakdown on Instagram Live. All he did, that's nothing illegal. People go through mental health problems all the time. He went on Instagram Live, and he had a mental breakdown. That's all he did. All he was doing was dancing, all that, and they kicked him out of the league. So when it comes to like Josh Giddey, if it turns out to be true, like I said, I definitely think they need to kick him out of the league because, any illegal activity in the past has either been punished with suspension or kicked out of the league. But I think, the NBA and anything like that is gonna make him look bad, especially like I think he's gonna make them look like fools, honestly, because if you're kicking somebody out just for having a mental breakdown over Instagram Live, but you're not kicking out for something as crazy as the allegations of like talking to a minor, then it's like what type of rules and regulations do you have going on behind the scenes when it comes to eligibility of who should stay in the league and who should not. So what's your take on the Josh Giddey situation?
I think a lot of it is on social media is a lot of fabricated evidence. You don't really know what's real and what's not real, so you can't really say anything about the situation. And even if it is real, a lot of like the legal age in a lot of states is like 16, and obviously they met at a club, so she had to be around at least the age of 18. So it may be sick, yes, but nothing illegal was really done. I don't think so. I don't really think anything done was wrong. So I think he should be good, and the NBA really shouldn't do anything or involve themselves too much, really.
Yeah, it's hard to say. Like, if he did nothing illegal, I don't see anything wrong with it. While it may be a bit taboo to most of like the American people, I don't think. I mean, if he didn't do anything illegal, there's no problem. But in the way of the NBA going out of its way to investigate it, I think given the light on it, I think they do have kind of a obligation to at least do some investigation. But if he did nothing wrong,
I totally agree. I think if the NBA, like I said, if you go on any social media platform, you just see Josh Giddey getting bombarded with all these accusations. So I think kind of like the John Morant thing, you go on social media, all you saw back then was just clips of him at the strip club, and then finally, all this stuff was coming out. So then the NBA kind of had to like take action and investigate it somewhat. So I think that's kind of the case with Josh Giddey too. And like I said, if it is illegal, or if it turns out what he is doing is illegal and everything like that, then I think the best course of action would be to kick him out of the league, because if they were to kick other players out of the league for something that's not even illegal and something as minor as, dancing on live stream, then I think it just makes them look like clowns for not kicking Josh Giddey out of the league. That's if this turns out to be illegal. Any last statements?
Yeah, I think that would really be the only like real punishment, is that he has to be kicked out. Can't be representing the league with like elite people, and they should be held to at least some sort of standard to obey the laws. But yeah,
you definitely, like, as an NBA player, you really have an obligation to uphold your image, because you're definitely in the public's eye. So it's kind of dumb to even put yourself in that position to begin with. But I mean, if he did nothing wrong, that's breaking the law. I mean,
I totally agree.
He's already dealt with enough consequences as it is. So
yeah, being hit with those accusations definitely is pretty bad for your image overall. So whether it turns out to be true or not, he's still gonna have those allegations like lingering around. I guess the last thing would be if it turns out to be true and they don't kick him out of the league and they just let him slide with like a suspension. What would your reactions be to that suspension?
I mean, I wouldn't really be surprised. There's been multiple times of this happening in the past. Karl Malone, Kobe Bryant, even in the NFL, like Ben Roethlisberger. They've had serious allegations and nothing but a slap on the wrist. So I wouldn't really be surprised.
But then again, I mean, like those are all like all-stars / superstars you're talking about. And Josh Giddey's barely like a upcoming like rookie. Or
I
not.
mean, yes, he's not really that big in like where we are, but like in Australia, I'm sure he's a big icon guy over there. So, it's a around the world type of things. But you gotta keep him out. So.
I forgot what I was gonna say.
All right, that wraps it up. Thank you so much for your time today, and that's the podcast.